What the hell is Sauce Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Y, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Ray Ray, what up Spitz, 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Strohs, Texas, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Y, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Ray Ray, what up Spitz, 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Strohs, Texas, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Y, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Ray Ray, what up Spitz, 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue.
Tasting. All right. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? So what's the motherfucking deal, man? It's your boy Honcho. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. Shout out to J Mail, babe. Not picture, but J Mail was rocking with his tough. Yeah, I got to pardon me. Like I ran outside to go get a package, and me and weather, cold weather, do not fucking mix at all, bro. So pardon me. I'm all up here. We're not outside thinking I'm cool. We fucked around and got the sniffles. I'm from a more tropical climate. You know, my nature more tropical. Uh, Oh, I'm getting old, motherfucker. Getting allergies and shit. I ain't never used to have. I used to be like a superhuman. Get sick. Anyway, shoot. Shout out to J Mel. All right, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Soft Sports. It's like I miss a day. I feel like I'm all the way thrown off. You're not familiar with Soft Sports. Soft Sports is a Houston, Texas Homer network. We're talking all sports, only Houston. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, well, you better get hip, man. So first and foremost, I have to show that picture in the background. We're gonna talk a little bit about the past Titan situation. I was gonna talk about the power rankings, but I ain't even checked none of that shit out. So we may pull that up live. I don't have some of my other scenes set up to do what I need to do. So yeah. Real quick, hold on. Let me pull that down so y'all can see. All right, so everybody, if y'all are wondering who is who, of course y'all know Spitz. That's Hector, Tin Man, Swisher all in the front, you know, like a class picture. And then from right to left, that's the Wise Man. That's Big B. And that's some random nigga with some dreads they found to take a picture. I don't know who that other nigga is. But it was a great time, man. Shout out to everybody who was at the game. Yeah, pardon me. Like I said, it don't take much for me. I like, if I change temperatures, I get fucked up. So, yeah, pardon me. Yeah, Big B. Shout out to Big B, man. Shout out to Big B and Big B Jr. Big B Jr. gonna be bigger than Big B. Shit. Look, tell him the sauce was the first shot you out when you go pro, babe. But shout out to everybody who's at the game, man. Shout out to everybody who said what's up. Shout out to everybody who's fucking at the round table. Shout out to my boy T Bates. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to J Mac. You know what I'm saying? And again, if I miss you, I ain't dish you. You know it's nothing but love, baby. So again, you know, Sauce was in the building for the Titans game. And to me, I think that's the most enjoyable Texans game that I've been to, you know, over my, well, I would say other than the very, very first Texans game when they played Dallas. That was the inaugural. You just can't replace that, right? But this was probably my second favorite game. I rock with these fellas, real live gentlemen, man. All of them, real stand-up dudes. I fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Wish my nigga Wink was there, man. Wish my nigga Wink was there. Wish my guy Ray was there to complete the whole pick. We might have set the stadium on fire had that been the case. But shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to J Mel. Shout out to shout out to Debbie the Texan. All the fellas got a picture with Debbie before you know, me and Mel made it in the stadium. Me and Mel was doing some pre-gaming beforehand. You feel me? DYL, shout out to my boy DYL with the photo credit. My bad, DYL. Man, shout out to, I don't know how many times DYL been called my nigga, but that's my nigga DYL, man. Shout out to my boy. It was a great fucking Tenny, man. Y'all don't know. It's the brand new 2024 Tenny, man. Y'all don't know the 2024 Tenny, man. Tenny been putting in work in the gym. Tenny been getting right. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the 10 man. Got me ready to get myself right for the you know, 2024 myself. I'm looking at myself, shit, you know. I'm hit that 40 water later this year. I gotta get right. Gotta get tight. Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? Happy New Year to Mr. Trill himself. Bruh Lee, we missed you in the den. That's Big B in the middle. Shout out to Big B. If you're not in the Discord, you may not be as familiar. Again, you got to be. Sauce is more than just the streams. The Sauce is a whole nother community in the Discord. So if you're not a part of that, you're missing out on like half as well. A big chunk of the Sauce, right? So there's that. Let's see, Jay Boogie. So let's go ahead and get that Sauce Nation roll call. We're going to talk about a couple of things. It might not be a full sauce. I got to get a new sauce line. Again, because I said I wasn't paying another one. They finally cut that shit off. And then I forgot to get another one after work. I kind of got it, but it ain't quite set up. So it's just that. So I ain't going to say I forgot to get it. I just ain't set it all the way up. And ain't no point doing that right now. You cut the damn air on. It's getting hot in this bitch. We got the fucking heat on. But anyway, So, Hurricane 420, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to everybody. Let's get that Sauce Nation roll call in. Shout out your side. We're proud if you are from the greater Houston area. Shout out your side. You know, if you're from the east side, west side, north side, south side, whether you're from Conroe, whether you're from League City, you know what I'm saying? You might be down in G-Town. You know what I'm saying? You might be out in Katy, you know, wherever you may be, you know, however you represent, go ahead and drop that in the chat. If you're not from the greater Houston area, it fucking sucks to be you, big dog. Because we already know the city is where it's at. Everybody and their mama trying to move to this bitch. We don't need no more Californians. If you from California, just stay out there. It's cool. We good on California people. I'm not even gonna get into the politics. We'll talk about that in the den tonight because there's some crazy shit going on out there. But if you're in California, stay where you at. You know what I'm saying? Spring Branch already. Fifth Ward already. Edwin, what's the motherfucking deal? Dewey Harris, what's the motherfucking deal? Jersey Village in this bitch already. DJ Rocky, we appreciate that. Happy New Year to you as well. And shout out to everybody. Happy New Year to everybody, man. So my apologies. That was rude just to shout out to the TA from PA. But shout out to everybody, man. Again, good to see everybody. Again, you know, I missed y'all. Right? It was only a couple of days, but I missed y'all. Arturo, what's the motherfucking deal? Infinity, what's the motherfucking deal? J Mel. Nails. Shout out to Nell. You know what? Y'all want to know something crazy? I was thinking about my boy Pop earlier. I wonder how my boy Pop doing for the New Year. Shout out to Nails and Pop. Tex Rock, what's the motherfucking deal? Purple Drink, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Gilmore, what's the motherfucking deal? TD, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to my boy TD, man. Always good to see you. Jerz Rue, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Again, if I miss you, I ain't D Davis. Shout out to my boys. Boy, look, after the game switcher got me right. That's all I'm gonna say. Charles Sanders, what's the motherfucking deal? Watch the film. What's the motherfucking deal? All right. Pop on that. Oh, no, Pop. I ain't mad at you. Look, eggnog ain't a thing to me. I've never really been on the eggnog, but shout out to Pop. I'm with it. Big game Saturday. So a couple of things. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it again. My apologies, like I said, it's hot as fish grease. Hold on. So the round table, Sauce Nation been getting on me. They've been saying every time you pregame, we lose, right? So the record still stands. I'm undefeated in person at Houston events last year. Try to keep the streak going this year. Antoine Swift, what's the motherfucking deal? Like I said, they told me not to. I said I wasn't going to do a pregame Sunday, right? This is before the game got shifted. I can't guarantee. Matter of fact, I refuse to guarantee that I won't be extremely toxic on Saturday, right? So y'all just be ready for that. And you like, Honcho, are you willing to risk the playoffs for a toxic pregame stream? Are you willing to risk the Texans going to the playoffs in CJ's rookie year for a pregame stream? Right? And I get the sports superstitions. I get, the belief some motherfuckers don't. They got lucky draws they don't watch and they wear it for games and shit like that. I ain't going that far, right? I get it. But I feel like I owe it to Sauce Nation. I feel like I owe y'all 2 weeks in a row, no pregame. And I'm just I gotta do it. Y'all gotta pardon me. I don't know what's in my little Astros mug, but can't have none. So let's talk about it. First, let's talk about that Titans game. We already knew what was gonna happen. Titans are fucking trash. They're garbage. It is what it is. Worse in the division. Usually falls that way. A lot of interesting stuff going on as far as how things are playing out, right? It would be the week the Texans want to win, everybody wins. The week we want to lose, everybody want to lose, right? Keeping the standings all fuddled up, right? So there's an opportunity for the Texans to take the division, right? And everything is, I would say, almost in their hands, but it's not. They just have to win. And when the Texans do what they're supposed to do, if they do what they're supposed to do, we already know what the Jags are going to do. The Jags are the Jags. The Jags will jag, right? And once the Jags jag, the Texans will be back where they rightfully belong. Players are going to pay me my $40 fucking, and all will be right with the AFC South and the rest of the world. Okay? So this is, you know what I'm saying? So light-skinned CJ said it's now. So I can't sit here and say, I'm still house money honcho, right? I'm still right. But CJ said it's now. We ain't waiting. Ain't no delays. Ain't no wasting time. I'm with that. So if CJ say it's a go, it's a go. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we rocking. But Titans game, like I said, I don't even think we really played. We watched the second half, but we mingled more around the second half. Wasn't even in the seats, but had a good time. And the thing I like about games, man, being in person, is the thing about a game is that you forget all your problems, right? Which is a good and a bad thing. Right? But we're not gonna get into politics. We're not gonna get into nonsense. Just for the sake of entertainment, it brings people together, right? It brings people together because I'm sitting next to people I don't know, and you have a conversation with people. You only when you win. It brings people together in anger too. Houston Texans talk. What's the motherfucking deal? Derek Bennett. What's the motherfucking deal? And so it was just a good overall experience. And what I told you I was going to be some niggas with the damn Texans and the Oilers, and they was out there looking embarrassing as shit, right? And shout out to all the female Texans fans out there, right? Because we have the most beautiful fans in all of the world, in all of football, right? So shout out to all of the Houston Texans fan ladies all across the city, all across the nation. So, Steve Montgomery, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Shout out to my boy J Mel, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Shooting like Steph from the arc. So let's get into it though. Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. Titans, irrelevant, trash. Will Levis told y'all garbage, trash. Shout out to Jerry Hughes. Not Jerry. Shout out to Hughes, right? Thinking about something a call I had earlier today. Shout out to Hughes. And that play was a game changer, right? Shout out to Will Anderson. A fucking game changer, a wrecking machine, right? Imagine if Will wouldn't have missed any games, right? Man, what's up, Outlaw? Man, TD, I was talking, BFJ Mill was talking about that walking up past the Astrodome, man. Just talking about, man, at least they could just rejuvenate the outside. They ain't got to do nothing with the inside. Just make it at least look distant, look decent. You feel me? Shout out to Stingley, man. Yeah, I was tough on the Stingley pick. Had my thoughts on it. Too many light skin, too much light skin shit going on. But we're rocking with it. It's the Grenard practice? Okay, good. I don't know why I thought he was out for the rest of the season. Okay, good. Oh, man, yeah. Oh, absolutely. You have, man, come on. But I don't know why. And again, second half went by so quick. Texas were in command by then. I don't think they were trying to risk CJ getting hurt. That's why I think they kind of played more. I don't think the Texans really played aggressive that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they played aggressive at all. Christian Harris is Derrick Henry right now is having nightmares about Christian Harris. Derrick Henry don't even want to come to you. He don't want to see Harris County, right? He did as soon as that fucking plane lands. God damn it, Harris County. I don't want to be here. So again, if you have, like I said, you have Grenard Harris and Will all available. Come on, man. Is going down. But again, the Texans, they came out and played their football. We already knew it was going to be a blowout. If the Texans were able to hang with the Titans, and the Titans were relatively healthy when we played them the first time, and we still beat them, I was already expecting it was going to be a blowout. It wasn't going to be close. I was more fearful of Tannehill coming into the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was more fearful of Tannehill coming into the game because I think he's better than Buddy Lee at this point. You know what I mean? So I was just kind of concerned, but again, the Texans did what they had to do. Played a solid game top to bottom. No real complaints about it. Sauce nice and sports rubber? Absolutely. We definitely will be rocking with the Roughnecks. Yeah, and that's actually an interesting thing too. Because again, like I say, Tannehill is better than Levis, and again gives you a better situation. And I don't know what that pretty boy sissy from the Jags is doing. I don't know if he's practicing or not. But I think the second best CJ in the division is better than that sissy. So it is what it is. Couple of things. Let me see. Let me dive in here. I have not looked at the power rankings myself, so I'm gonna pull them up. We're gonna chop it up, see what's going on with that nonsense. I'm sure. Shout out to my amigos. I'm pretty sure, Subimo de Rango. We should be climbing the ranks in this bitch. Let's see. Yeah, let me pull these bitches up. I should have did all this before the thing, but shit, I got a pack. Like, I told you it was kind of difficult to find where I be at. So I had to go locate a package again. I appreciate the inconvenience sometimes, but when you get your shit delivered and then it don't be where it's at and you got to go fucking on a scavenger hunt to find your shit, not necessarily a fan of that. Don't nobody care about the power rankings. NFL, give me ESPN, and I'll take old punk ass CBS. We're going to see what they're talking about. And again, pardon me. Like I said, I went outside and I didn't realize I've been in the house all day. Like I said, I work from home, so I don't be having to go outside most of the time. I think I went outside to go put the trash out this morning. And then I went just now, and it was colder than I knew. We 80 deep, 39 likes. I always know we be full of haters. It's cool. I get it. At least hit the dislike button. If you're just going to sit there and chill, hit the dislike button, hit the like button, do something. And let's see. She checking all the ass when she want to eat. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Say text her over the sauce, baby. We might have to pull up the home next. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about that. They sent a little email talking about the little season tickets and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that might be an idea. If I was undefeated, we might go undefeated. We might at least go get 8 wins. You feel me? Clarence Austin Jr. Just make sure you got my money Saturday. All right. Not Sunday, Saturday. Have my money. And I'm gonna send you the secret cash app. The one I like my direct money on. So make sure you got my your QB's a sissy. Look at him. He's a big sissy boy. He dressed like a sissy, looked like a sissy, walked like a sissy. I ain't never heard him talk, but I'm sure he talks like a sissy. Hey, come on, bro. The dude with all the fake injuries. He's fake tough. Like your YouTubers. Like the Jaguars YouTubers. Your quarterback is fake tough, bro. My quarterback is a gangster. Shout out to Wise. Shout out to Spitz. My quarterback is a gangster, right? Your quarterback is probably going to be the first starting quarterback to ever come out in the league of the closet, not the blue tent. Shout out to Kenneth, man. Shout out to young Kenneth, man. I'm rocking with you. So we got the power rankings here. Okay. And let me pull these up. Let's see what they're talking about. Make sure all this autoplay shit is off. Shush. Everything I want to fucking autoplay. Let's run it. NFL. Baltimore obviously is number one after shellacking they put on Miami. Damn. San Fran. The Cowboys at number 3. Make sure this is a real site. Make sure this ain't no phishing site that I'm on. This some old bullshit. The Cowboys at number 3. Fuck the Cowboys, bro. Miami at number 4. Detroit at number 5. Buffalo 6. Cleveland 7. KC at 8. I don't think KC is powerful as I don't even think they're there. Philly at 9. LA at 10 and 11 for the Houston Texans, which we were 12 the week before. Imagine that. The Houston Texans ranked one above the Jaguars. Same record. They've met twice in the season. Well, I mean, that's interesting. And who's 13? 11, 12, and 13. Texans, Jags, Colts, right? If that bodes well for the outcome of the game, then hey, cool. That's NFL.com, right? Let's check CBS. CBS is talking. They're stupid ass. CBS is pretty much the same. You got the Bills a little bit higher. You got Ravens, 49ers, Cowboys, Bills, Browns, Dolphins, Lions, Chiefs, Eagles, Rams. But they have the Jaguars at 11. So that Texans at 12. They got the Colts as far as 18. So that's very interesting. And they actually had them ranked 14, had the Texans 14 last week, right? And they actually dropped the Colts down one. So they were at 17 last week. And then ESPN, and again, pardon me, next time we go live, I'll have all the other shit set up. Trust me, it's more drip than this. I just ain't want to show everything because y'all know motherfuckers be jocking, motherfuckers be hating. But when we get the round together again for a live, I'm gonna show y'all some live shit, and it's gonna set us apart from everybody else, which we've always been, but on a whole nother level. Running down this one real quick: Baltimore, San Fran, Dallas, Detroit, Buffalo, Miami at 6 is interesting. Cleveland at 7, Philly down to 8. Interesting. Kansas at 9, 10 the Rams, 11 Houston, right? Moving us up 2 spots from last week. Let's talk about offseason contracts. Nobody cares about that. But we definitely have to secure Gennard. They got Jacksonville at 13, Colts at 14. Again, if these power rankings bode well, and again, they're just people's opinions, quote unquote experts. Y'all know how I feel about expertise, right? Shout out to Young Kid, man. Appreciate the super sauce, super chat love. I ain't even got the, like I say, all the shit set up. Because I got to do some shit a little bit different with this one. But when everything is, trust me, you'll understand. The sauce stands alone. Shout out to Stephen Harris. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Solis, what's the motherfucking deal? The stupid shit they said about the Cowboys. No, I hadn't heard them. Like I said, man, I promise I don't listen to anything. Honestly, like me going and looking at those sites is probably the most I check anybody else's shit, right? Like the most I look at anybody. Like say if it ain't the sauce, if it ain't in the Discord, we ain't chopping it up. If it ain't put the round, like I say, or it ain't something I see, I don't really be on other shit like that. Like I really don't, because I don't value outside opinions. If it's not from the city, like I don't give a fuck. Like that, I really truly don't, right? And if it's any of these commentators that ain't from the city, I sure as shit don't give a fuck. Like. Again, these weirdos, Sunshine was on the Epstein. Oh, wow. He was already on Sunshine was already on the island. Terrible. Okay. So just kind of taking a look forward, though. It's a lot on the table. It's a lot to talk about, but we'll jump into Colts a little bit more tomorrow. Also, what I'm going to say is probably this year, I'm still working out the schedule because I want to bring y'all more content, and I need to do more recordings, not just the streams. And I know I love the stream because I love rocking with y'all, right? It's all about the fresh ingredients, but we're going to get that tightened up. Not like the Titans. We're going to get it tightened, not like that raggedy ass sword thing. DeMarque. But let's talk about Rookie of the Year. And that's kind of what I'm focused on. We'll spill a little sauce on that and then kind of wrap it up here in a minute. You have a legitimate case, and it could have been a legitimate case for all 3 of the years, right? Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, and Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think D'Amico fell out of that conversation by losing to the Jags because they're the trashiest team in the whole NFL. But the Jets and the Panthers, some of those losses, kind of hindered that conversation. But I think you still have a legitimate case. You still have a legitimate case if the Texans go to the playoffs, right? If the Texans go to the playoffs, you still have a legitimate case for D'Amico being Coach of the Year. I'm not ruling that out. So, but honestly, CJ being out a couple of weeks, people, we live in this highlight society. We look at this, what have you done for me lately? So a lot of people try to say, oh, CJ's not the conversation. CJ needs to have a big game against the Colts, and I think he locks it in. I think if Will gives you another game like he did last week, you got to lock him in, right? You have to put respect on his name. And we could talk about the kicking situation, all that. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Because you got to look at I hate to say it, but you got to look at what the Browns have done with all of the injuries, with all of the missing pieces, and being able to sustain, but they are still paying that pervert. You know what I'm saying? Clarence, I hope you're getting paid on Saturday. Hope you get your check Friday or something, because you're gonna be out of money. You're gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be missing all the moolah. Yeah, pardon me, because like I say, I don't know what it is. Cold air. I ain't even take a look. But so I think that this week has a lot of implications for the Texans as a whole, right? Just the Texans as far as the rookies. And again, I don't care about awards. I don't care about individual awards that much, but I know it's meaningful. You want to have those accolades. You want to put that on you want to hang your hat on that. We like to brag. We like to say, this, that, and the third. So it's a situation where, to me, offensive rookie of the year, coach of the year, defensive rookie doesn't mean anything, but I think it sets a standard, right? I think it sets the table, because I think we got competitors on this team. I think we got guys that want to play football. You get a lot of guys who come to the league, and then once they get paid, once they get a little bit of money, they stop giving a fuck, right? And I mean, sometimes on the rookie contract, sometimes on that second contract, right? A la the booty hole warrior, right? The wormhole warrior, or wormhole Watson, whatever you want to call him. R.O.Y, what's the motherfucking deal? Look, Clarence gonna lose all his hot dog money. He ain't gonna be about no hot dogs at the game. He gonna have to be in that little dirty ass piss pool. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, it's a situation where I don't care about that. CJ said he wants the playoffs. I want the playoffs, right? I'm still house money honcho. I'm not going to be mad if it doesn't happen, but we're not speaking that. We're speaking good things into existence in 2024. We're what do they call that shit? We're manifesting. We're manifesting. We're manifesting in the sauce. So we finna get that shit. He said he wanted a division. We get in the division. Now certain things are out of his control, but again, the Jags gonna jag, and it is what it is. Clarence, with the real nice parents. You got a movie about Clarence coming up called The Book of Clarence. I wouldn't watch it. So it is what it is. Shout out to Scrooston. Oh wow, the motherfucker did throw the Drakes on him. I forgot about that. So he gave the Titans the blessing for one game. He put the prayer on him. All right, put the prayer hands on him. But again, I think this is important, and I love this talk. I love that conversation. Like I said, CJ's a gangster. I love the fact that he's not afraid to speak on it. Right? You don't get all that. I'm not saying he doesn't give you the typical player speak. He does from time to time, but you can tell he's not caught up in the hype with all the flashing cameras and all that shit. Half the time, nigga look bored whenever he's talking to the media. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's cool with me, because again, a lot of these motherfuckers, I talk about a lot of weirdos, and I talk about a lot of people, right? I talk about I'm not the greatest sports analyst in the world. I don't want to be. Like, I think that's weird shit. I like speaking about opinions. I like speaking on what I see. But I've always talked about the eye test. And the eye test is not just on the field. The eye test is for people as a whole, right? I observe people, right? And that's just what I do. That's why it's hard for me to fuck with a lot of people, because I can peep a lot of fake behaviors. And it may not be stuff that stands out to other folks. And I'm not a person who always is going to harp on, like, people are who they are. But when he shows me and he says these things that he's saying, bro, I'm like, man, look, it's the sign of a real leader. You know what I'm saying? It's the sign of a real leader. And again, I love it, because I don't feel like we've had that here ever, right? We had a bunch of weird slime dancey motherfuckers and God knows what else they was doing, right? But the fact that this guy, like I say, he's already been on the big stage. He's already been popular his whole life. He's not impressed by the lights and the cameras, right? That means a whole lot. This is not for show. This is who he is. You got a lot of people when the cameras cut on, they turn into a different person, right? Same with people who who do various sports programs, right? The cameras come on, they turn into this different person. You know why I fuck with the round table? You know why I love these fellas and I love Sauce Nation? Because everyone that I've encountered, everyone that I have fucked with has been real people, right? Like, I ain't with that corporate weird shit. I'm not with that shout out to my nigga Spitz, that Fugazi shit. You know, motherfuckers be trying to be on. I'm cool because I talk about something like that. Bro, I am who I am. And the round is who they are. And nobody puts on these airs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we rock the way we rock. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to TC. Shout out to D Davis. You already D Davis already know. But it's like the Texans have finally become a real team full of real guys, blue collar guys who want to play football. And I think we've been missing that. We've had too many divas, too many fashionistas. We've had too many motherfuckers worried about extra shit. Now I ain't gonna talk about y'all's favorite lineman with the Twitch channel and shit. You know, he ain't playing, so we'll allow it, I guess. That's a whole different conversation. But again, when that type of shit happens, I keep telling y'all, man. I keep telling y'all. Like, there's certain little shit that sometimes people dismiss and they're like, oh, you know, it's not that big. It's a big deal because that's where the thread unravels, right? Shout out to Trill, real nigga. Shout out to H-Town, Texas 713 already. What's the motherfucking deal? Robbie J, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. And so, again, pardon me, y'all. It's just, I don't know, because I keep saying this and I keep repeating it, right? But they got a whole room. They got who's the songs? Welcome to the sex room. Yeah, Deshaun probably got a weird one going on. But again, like I said, I fuck with real people, right? And that's why I fuck with the Sauce. I fuck with Sauce Nation. I fuck with everybody, like I said, because it's always been a real interaction. What you see with me is what you're gonna get 24/7. If I see you something, I'm gonna show love. That's the type of person I am. Right. And because you can do anything, you ain't gotta fuck with me. Like, I don't expect people to fuck with me. I'm not begging nobody to fuck with me. But if you come around here and you rocking with the round, you rock with out, you know, it means something. And like I said, to see a quarterback, to see this team embrace the city, see a quarterback who stands on his 10. Like, this is what I've been wanting from this team for so long, even before, you know, starting the Sauce. But this has been almost the theme of the Sauce. So like, y'all don't understand how happy, I don't understand how enjoyable it is to see this team having success and being what's the and being H-Town. I guess I have nothing else. I have nothing else to say, just being H-Town, basically, right? So again, it's just like to finally be the team that we want and actually having success with it. Getting away from that corporate bullshit. Texas boy, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah. And y'all got a part, like I said, I'm still dripping from going out fucking side, like I got the sniffles. I woke up this morning fucking with the sniffles. I didn't realize how fucking cold it was. I don't check the weather. I don't be watching the news. So it's like, it's not even just a sports thing. I don't watch the news. I don't watch nothing. I told you I got caught in Harvey when Harvey hit. Like, I did not even know there was a hurricane coming. But like I said, man, I already know, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, can't nobody, like, again, I don't hear outside interference, right? If I'm taking any criticism, if I feel any criticism, it's going to come from the Sauce. It's going to be from people who've been fucking with it, people who've been supporting it. That's who I respect, because I know it's a genuine interest. I know it's a genuine concern, because you appreciate the content, because you fuck with the round table. Anybody else who got something to say, like, bro, I'm going to tell you this straight up. Some of those other cats and characters was in the building. Certain cats and characters that have had a lot to say about the Sauce and the mumble and rumble, all this. You think they're going to come up and say nothing? Bro, I'm a very noticeable individual. Wise, noticeable individual. Hector noticeable. Spitz. You know Spitz when you see him. You know the 10 man. You know D Davis. They don't seen our face on this shit for years. Right? For years. Ask them if anybody told them anything that they don't like about the sauce. You hear people whispering in corners and spaces and all this other shit. I promise you, bro, ain't nobody gonna ever say nothing about it. That's why I say it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't hear outside interference. All right? I don't, not at all. So one, I appreciate y'all, first and foremost. But like I said, I don't want to get too much into the Colts game yet because I know my boy TD been telling me calm it down. I hear you. I know the round been saying, honcho, just not this one. Just maybe not this one. Maybe just be toxic on Friday and be reasonable on Saturday. I hear y'all. I hear you. Can't say I'm listening, but I hear y'all, right? But again, and in reality, bro, I don't necessarily do this for the Texans. That's why I don't label this the Texans sauce park. I don't put Texans in the name. I don't do any of that shit. I do this for y'all, for the people, right? This is about the city. That's why even the new logo, you see all the little people in the background. That's Sauce Nation, right? Big Slide, what's the motherfucking deal? Spitz, what's the motherfucking deal? That's why, had to change up, had to switch, had to keep some of the same elements. But the people in the background, I wanted that because that's the representation. Sauce Nation had to be represented in the new sauce because the fresh ingredients, and shout out to my boy, I ain't catch his name. He came up to me and said, man, shout out to the sauce, man, I'm a fresh ingredient. Y'all don't understand what that shit feels like, right? And we was talking about it around. We went to the, after the game, we went to Bombshells, right? And just sitting there chopping it up. One, real conversation with real niggas, right? Even my boy DYL, real nigga. Appreciate that, Solis. And just to know that we, in various locations, none of us knew each other before this, right? Various locations, various sides of the city. And like I said, the reason it comes together, you would think we knew each other for fucking years. Well, we have years at this point, but since a long time ago, right? Because of that real shit. State Trooper DYL. But like I said, it's just they got me thinking about Super Troopers. You know what I'm saying? It's just Dylan Brooks a gangster too. Dylan Brooks, look, hey, there's a lot of shit going on in the city I'm fucking with. But we're gonna get on some Rocket Yellow and Honcho. There's been absolutely no Rockets talk. You just been talking about the damn Texans, and I love that. But what about the Rockets, Honcho? What about the Dynamo? Right? Trust me. As we get in the new song, you see I'm through a little football, a little soccer ball, a little baseball bat, and all that. It's some changes coming. And when I say when we just stay tuned, and when I say ain't nobody else fucking with it, ain't nobody else fucking with it. You trip. It did. It absolutely did. And where it started, I'd have lost a lot of shit from where it started. That bounced back a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But what's been true, what's still been here through all of this shit has been around, has been Sauce Nation. You know what I'm saying? What, TD? Oh, TD, we gonna have to have a talk. Oh, we gonna have to have a talk, my boy. We gonna have to have a conversation. Big Al, shout out to Big Al. What's the motherfucker? I mean, y'all don't understand this shit, bro. And I know I get distracted. Y'all know I get all ADD on the streams, but I promise, man, this is for y'all. Because when I see them names and I see those, that means so much. That means so much, bro. Like, because like I said, you can fuck with anybody. You can. But the fucking, the fact y'all come in, y'all rock so consistently, man, that's nothing but love. But again, the way CJ's been playing, I mean, you're talking about a guy who was in that conversation for MVP as a rookie, right? Who else as a rookie was in that conversation, right? Just the fact that you had him in that conversation make him rookie of the year, right? And, you sat out for a little bit. He came back, had a solid game. I wouldn't say his best game, but he played the way he needed to play. And again, I thought that they were being cautious, but I don't think they wanted to go full steam ahead. I think that this week, the playbook is open. Like you have no reason to hold anything back. It's all on the line. Like it's win or go home, right? Dalvin Cook. Hey, I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to that opportunity. If the Texans get scooping, absolutely an asset, right? Absolutely. And again, like I said, and even if not, no matter what happens this Texas season, and just like Soli said, when it comes down to it, this is why I say I've been house money all season, and people can say what they want to say, cool, whatever. The Texans are playing well and still have significant, I would say decent to significant holes in this roster. When you have the money and the opportunity, which is draft and free agency, to fill those holes, right? When you already have so many stellar key pieces already, you have the opportunity to fill those holes. What is this team going to look like next year? All right. What is this team going to look like next year? Right. If people are saying the Texans are quote unquote stacked, people are trying to say, oh, Nico was the number one, which I think he had a chance to prove that. I don't think we saw that. In Nico's game last week, Nico only had 80 yards, right? But it felt like Nico put up a buck something. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my deal with that. Like, what is this team going to look like? What is next year's roster going to look like? And I'm not a super early draft prediction guy. I don't really be into the college ball as much, really, a while. It's been a long time since I really been into the college ball. But appreciate that, Big Slime. It's been a while since I've been into the college ball like that. So again, I'll do my due diligence this year, right? But free agency is going to be huge because we're talking about instant known impacts, right? And again, I know a lot of people are high on the Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans, again, at a certain price and how long, right? Because you're talking about a guy, I wouldn't say is long in the tooth, but a guy who's been around a while, okay? This could be a last contract type situation. And how much are you paying, right? So how much are you paying? How much are you willing to pay to break the bank? And how much of an asset is he going to be when you actually have a quarterback like CJ, right? And to me, you might not even necessarily need, let me stop lying. Because I would say you don't need a number one, but you need a definitive number one. But you can go out and get guys who are going to improve because they play with CJ, right? You're going to get guys who may be all right on certain teams now that would be stars. Look at Schultz, look at Brown, right? And what they were able to do with CJ in this offense, right? The games that they have had. It's interesting. I think we have to have a conversation about Laramie soon, right? I think we have to have a conversation about Laramie real soon because, and I'm not knocking him, I'm not saying that he's not what it is, but do you feel like you're getting the due return on Laramie for what you're paying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of my deal. I don't know how I feel. I know a lot of people talk about Higgins, and that's an interesting one. But I don't know if I feel like is he a true number one? Is he a guy that you're going, it's a couple of things. But look, y'all already know how I feel about Titus. Y'all already know look, Titus is Ladera, what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the sauce. I think it's the first time I might have seen you. If you've been here before, then my apologies. If I miss you, I ain't diss you. Tisha, appreciate that. New look is fire. I appreciate the love. So like I said, and I think we got a couple of new fresh ingredients. My bad if I missed y'all. Let me see. I seen shout out to Kevin Goodwill, freshest ingredient in the sauce. And then I think I saw another one. Hold on, my bad. Again, I've been all over the place. Seen another one. Again, if I apologize if I miss you, I ain't dishing. I put that on everything. Real quick. My apologies. Let's see this. Crazy. Like I said, literally only went outside for like 4 or 5 minutes. I probably should have put something like an actual coat or something on, I be trying to be tough. I guess this Texas weather, this shit is bipolar. And yeah. Green. Yeah, shout out Captain Crunch. That's the one. Captain Crunch. Oh yeah, Captain Crunch, man. This is solid, baby. Everything's a go, right? As long as you stand on your 10, everybody's welcome in. Yeah, you ain't gotta be a Texas fan to be in the sauce. It's all love in this motherfucker. And so again, like I said, bro, it's a situation where the Texans next roster, or the Texans roster next year, is going to be already. That's a bit. Okay, I appreciate that. Shout out to LaDarren. And so it's just a situation that, yeah, Garrett didn't, and but again, like my deal with Tunsil is don't get me wrong, I'm not doubting his talent. I'm not doubting his talent at all. I'm saying, so like I said, yeah, do go down to the chat. I'm not doubting his talent. My question is what you're paying for the availability, right? And then when you've seen sometimes this patchwork line, it seems like even without the, what y'all call them, what they were trying to call them, the moving company, what the round call them, the sunflower seed boys. You saw this line have games where CJ was practically unscathed, right? And I'm not saying that that's something you want to depend on each and every week. You want to have consistency. Consistency in the offensive line is the most important thing. We haven't had that. But again, the availability, and we can talk about penalties in certain key situations. And I feel like it's been better this year. I gotta actually go back and look. But still, I'm just curious, right? Do you feel like what you're spending, the money that you're allocating to him, is worth it, right? I don't be knowing niggas that'd be that big, that'd be trying to be that damn fashion. So it is what it is. And again, y'all let me know. Matter of fact, we'll drop a quick poll before we get ready. Oh, damn, I didn't realize I said I was gonna cut it a little short. We'll rock the last 8 minutes or so. We'll make it a complete hour. And I'll have a sauce line tomorrow, I promise. Like I said, today was just I won't say a last minute day, but some things kind of went awry and I didn't get everything set up like I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my deal. But again, just this picture, I think I'm gonna use this picture as a background from a Photoshop. I'm gonna have to Photoshop Wink and Ray in the mix. But I want to shout out to the round for a great time. Shout out to the Texans, again, for finally listening to the people, right? For finally listening to the people and not corporate radio and that bullshit over there. Like, and giving the people what they want. This was the perfect game for the round because nobody's been calling for the Texans to be more Houston than the sauce for years, right? For years. And I agree. And I agree with y'all on that. Like, again, Tunsil's a top-notch tackle, one of the best in the game. I'm not saying I'm questioning durability, but you got to look at injuries. You got to look at knee injuries. You got to look at things long-term. And I'm not saying I'm for trading him, right? I want to keep CJ as upright as possible. But I just want to know how the people feel. Like, I just have questions. Sometimes I'm like, okay, Tunsil not available. Tunsil missed a significant amount of games. And it's a lot of money being paid to this man, right? That's a great point. That's a great point, Herb Gotti, right? And we should know this as Texans fans, right? Definitely a good one. But I also look at value, and if you could get something suitable and free up more money for weapons, right? Or free up more money for other areas, right? Again, just throwing a hypothetical out there. But again, shout out to the round for making this a great game. Going to the H-Town land, and shout out to Flip, bro. Shout out to Lil Flip. Shout out to Lil Flip because the H-Town halftime show. Let's talk about that real quick. Don't do it, Trill. See, I know you've been hanging out with Broderick too long. With Trill, you probably over at Broderick House eating chitlins and shit, right? You were over by Broderick House eating chitlins and having New Year's dinner, breakfast, whatever. That nigga was making that shit in the middle of the night. But shout out to Flip for the R.I.P. Pokey. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Flip for the R.I.P. Pokey jersey. That was dope to me because y'all already know Podina was my favorite out the SUC. Like Big Poyo. And like I said, the halftime show was great. The thing that disappointed me, right? And here's what makes a lot of sense to me. Here's what makes a lot of sense to me. It was at the game. And there was a lot of people who were like, what's going on with the halftime show? Right? There was a lot of people who were unfamiliar in the stands. I'm not going to call out demographics. I'm not going to be racist. I'm not going to do that because Houston is an extremely diverse city, right? And I'm not saying it was anything particular, but I would say maybe it was the younger crowd. It was probably the younger crowd more so than the older, because, you know, bro, let's be for real. In the city, everybody listens to school. I don't care if you black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Scandinavian. You know what I'm saying? Like you everybody in the mix fuck with it, right? You know, it's soccer moms and Katie, right? singing June 27, right? It's motherfucking, it's some Asian lady whose son is probably in college now to be a doctor back in the day singing Slow Down Banging, all in my trunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, manicure. Boy, if you don't get on. Yeah, and to me, that was the best halftime show, bro. Like, I could have did without Mike Jones. I know there's a lot of Mike Jones fans. Y'all call me a hater or whatever. I've never in my life been a fan of Mike Jones. I don't care if you're talking about back then. I hate the fact that they even allocated steel tipping to that nigga. I felt Chameleon's verse was better. Y'all call me a hater. You call me whatever the fuck you want to. I'd have preferred if they'd have brought Chameleon. Now, I know Chameleon really don't be rapping and doing all that. I'd have preferred if, well, I was gonna say it was a the SUC thing, but it wasn't because you brought out Mike Jones, right? So, you said the old white lady sitting next to you was jamming the zero. That's what I'm saying. Like, Houston is different, bro. That's why you can't tell me. That's why, like, it's hard for me to relate to the non-locals because the energy is just different. Dog. Like, it's different. Come on, man. And these motherfuckers be so corny, dog. Like, and I'm corny. Like, I embrace my corny, but I'm corny and I know I'm corny, right? Ray, that's my nigga. I love Ray. That's my ball. Shout out to Ray. But again, like I said, the halftime show was great. Shout out to the Texans. Shout out to Hannah McNair talking trash after the game. I just love everything that the Texans have become. Finally, they have arrived. Finally, they have listened. And, you know, this is a team I'm so glad to embrace at this point in time. Hey man, don't hate on the journey, man. Don't hate on Journey, man. In that double vision. I don't even think that's Journey. Who is that? That's a Foreigner. Ain't it? I fuck with all of it. Don't get it twisted, but I fuck with all of it. I'm kind of getting. I fuck with the new country music. Some of that older country, I gotta. It's some good shit, but it's just not a lot in my repertoire. I fuck with everything. You feel me? But Mitchell Bennett, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Big Bennett. Appreciate the love. We got two Bennetts. We got a Derek and a Mitchell. All right. It was very good, sir. Very good. And again, my holiday now. This is the game was great. 10 the sauce now is great. And I say shout out to all of y'all. So that's what we're gonna do. Like I said, I'm gonna be all over the place today. Was not as prepared for certain things as I should have been. But tomorrow we will Bakari was at the game. Shout out to Bakari. This, like I said, will be my second favorite, right? Second favorite. Because the inaugural Texas game was it was the first game. Like, and you beat Dallas. Like, it was what it was. And that was my first NFL game, right? Right. And All right, we'll drop that real quick because, just to say this is all sports only Houston. We talk about H-Town here. Before we wrap it up, drop your favorite H-Town artist in the chat, right? Before we get ready to wrap it up, drop your favorite H-Town artist in the chat. I just want to know. I want to see what kind of time the sauce is on right now. So again, just this experience with the round of this is the first time catching a game with the round. We've done the draft things and all that stuff coming together, but this experience was great. Just all the way around. I'm just upset I ain't get to get my picture with Debbie. Somebody tell Debbie I need a photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Ultimate Texas fan too. Seen that boy after the game. He was taking pictures with people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. We was going to get one, but we was kind of moving. He had a line. He was too famous for me. I ain't want to cut the line and all that. Honcho the Great. Y'all don't want to hear me rapping. I am retired for a reason. I was waiting. I was waiting. Mike John. Oh, so you got me about to drink out the wrong cup. Let me finish my drink. Mike John. Oh man. All right. So with that being said, Sauce Nation, it's gonna be a good year. I've deemed it is going to be. Right. And whatever it takes for the Sauce to be great, to elevate to once where we once were. I promise to bring y'all content this year that nobody else is bringing you in a way that nobody else is bringing it to you. Drake. From Houston, Drake is an international Canadian. The Drake is a Canadian. Yeah, I'm rocking with the Captain Crunch. That's what I say. Hey, CJ said it now. I told you I was house when I was cool, but CJ say he want it now. I want it now. So if we ain't going to the playoffs, fuck it. We gonna have some beef. All right, man. Sorry, but I fuck with y'all, man. I thank y'all for being here. Again, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Shout out to the round table. Shout out to all of y'all, man. And again, hope y'all had a happy new year. Hope y'all celebrated with family, friends. Hope y'all take care of yourselves. I hope that, like I say, this is the best year for you. I'm gonna make this the best year for the Sauce. I'm gonna make this the best year for the round table. I'm gonna make this the best year for Sauce Nation. We're rocking this year. We rocking. Like I said, I done shook off some old shit from last year. I had to get the momentum back on. Oh, we rocking this year, baby. Ain't nothing stopping nothing. So, with that being said, we're gonna win by like double J. I think if CJ saying he want it, and you talking about CJ coming out playing hungry, I think you gotta be where. I think you better be scared. You feel me? I think you better be scared. I think the Colts better be scared. So with that being said, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let me slide. We're gonna be rocking in the den tonight, right? We're gonna be rocking in the den tonight, and again, the den is not for everybody. So hey, if you can handle it, I implore you, check it out. It's a different conversation there, and it's not for everybody. It gets real political, gets real controversial, right? And you might not agree with shit that I say, but all opinions are welcome in the den, just like everybody's welcome in the Sauce, because it's about having a conversation that you're not allowed to have in polite society. That's what the den is. If you want to check out the den, go to thedenshow.com. We'll be rocking at 9 tonight. The den is a different channel I have. Like I said, it's again, very, very controversial. And y'all may or may not agree with some of my takes, but you got to hear me out because there's always reasoning behind the den is, look, the sauce is one thing, right? But the den, guard your grill. You got to guard your grill in the den because it might be a woman that give you the smoke in the den, bro. It might be a female that burn you up in the den is a whole different monster, bro. But I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for being here. Shout out to the whole round table, man. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you fellas, man. And I'm glad to have met each and every one of y'all. Finally got to meet the 10 man. And it's funny because when the Sauce started, I actually lived the closest to Tenny. That's when I was staying out in Lee City. That's when I actually lived the closest to Tenny. And Tenny's the last one out the round, I'd admit. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm glad to finally have met everybody from around. So shout out to all these fellas. Shout out to Big B. Shout out to J Mel. Shout out to DYL. Shout out to J Mac. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Everybody ran into it at the game that said, what's up? Yeah, I was there. I was at the game. This was at the Christmas Eve game. So you might have came across Bakari. We was in that thing. So again, I appreciate all of y'all, Sauce Nation, all of y'all, man. And again, if I ain't never even said your name, you just a listener, hey, I appreciate you too, just for tuning in. But with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Most of all, y'all stay saucy. We're going to catch you tomorrow at 7. We're going to have a real good stream. It's going to be real live. You already know. Let's go Houston. Let's go Houston, period. Go Houston Texans, go Astros, go Rockets. Even though I see we're gonna have a basketball conversation. So we got too many non-Houston basketball fans. TD, I'm looking at you. But it's all love, baby. Until mañana, y'all take care of yourselves. And again, The Den, just go to thedenshow.com. It'll take you to the channel. Be prepared for a completely different conversation, and all opinions are welcome. You want to come to the Den and argue with me when I open up the Den line? I'm going to try to get the Den line ready for the Den tonight. It's all welcome, baby. It ain't nothing but love. It's a conversation. But with that being said, Jungle the Deuce. Catch y'all tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. Ain't nothing but love. I'm out.